Hello friends and welcome back to Digitalk. So in one of my previous session, I have posted a comparison of JBoss, WebSphere and then WebLogic server, okay, where I have given the complete side-by-side comparison of all three application servers. Okay, and along with that, I have concluded at some place that overall, if we talk about the management and installation configuration and then upgrade of the application servers, so out of all three, WebLogic would be a bit easier if we compare it with the JBoss or with the WebSphere. Okay, so I have got few queries that okay to cite it with few more examples. Okay, for example, if we do the clustering in the WebLogic or if we do the clustering in our WebSphere, specifically the horizontal clustering where we have multiple machines in the clusters which we do in the production setup. Okay, so how it looks like, how we think that the configuration in the WebLogic will bit easier specifically in terms of the WebSphere. So I am explaining in this session the overall action plan that we follow when we go for the configuration of horizontal clustering in your WebLogic and then in WebLogic and in WebSphere. Okay, and then you will understand that when I say that the WebLogic overall is bit easier in terms of the configurations and installation and then for overall management. Okay, then how it why it is. Okay, now if we do the multi-machine clustering in WebLogic, for example, we have two nodes, okay, and we want a cluster between two nodes for the managed servers. Okay, so what is the process that we follow? First, we install the certified JDK. Second, we install our WebLogic on each node, right? WebLogic is need to be installed on each node. Then we initiate the domain configuration wizard, okay, to create the domain and from the node 1 only. This is the node 1, sorry, where we want our admin server. Okay, so there we execute the domain configuration wizard and every configuration, whatever we need in our domain, we specify from the same domain configuration wizard. Okay, for example, I need two managed server. Okay, and then I need my cluster, and this will be part of my cluster. Then I need my node manager. So every configuration we can perform from the console, right? And once this is done, okay, we need to pack this domain with the help of pack utility, and then we need to unpack this in the node 2. Okay, and our clustering is ready. We can just start the services. Okay, it's a very straightforward step. Okay, now when we compare it with the WebSphere, we need the same setup in the WebSphere where we have a two node and we need the cluster with two servers in the application servers in the cluster. So how we are going with that? Same thing. First, we will start with the JDK because WebSphere is also a Java-based application server. Second, we are going to install the WebSphere on each and every node, right? After that, for the network deployment or for the DMGR, for example, I need my DMGR on the machine 1. So DMGR is similar to the admin console in WebLogic. Okay, so for this DMGR setup, I need to create a profile, separate profile. So that means you need to run a profile wizard. Okay, create a profile, and that profile will be management profile. And inside the management profile, we have to select the deployment manager. Deployment manager, right? So with the help of we created the deployment manager profile, which will contain our DMGR. Okay. Now fourth, after DMGR, we need application server on each and every node, right? So after that, we need to create a profile. We need to create a profile on each node. Okay, on each node because we need the application server on each and every node. So that means node 1, we run the custom profile. Okay, then node 2, we run the custom profile. Okay, so after creation of the custom profile, we need to federate this node with the DMGR. So you need to run the federation command, okay, for attaching this particular node with the DMGR, so that DMGR know that it has to manage the server which is running on node 1 inside the custom profile. Similarly, on node 2, once the custom profile has been created, you need to federate it with the DMGR. Similarly, you have done with the node 1. Similarly, if you have multiple nodes, more nodes, you have to install or you have to create the custom profile on each and every node, okay, and then you need to federate it with the DMGR. We have some more options as well. If you're not going with the custom profile, we have the application server profile as well, but this is the mostly used option that I'm explaining, the custom profile option. Okay. So once this custom profile is done, it is custom profile is created, then you need to create the cluster, and after that you need to create the servers which will be part of your cluster. And to this servers, you need to specify the node, particular node. For server 1, you want to node 1. For server 2, you want to run it on node 2. Okay, so you need to define, and after that, you need to start the services. Now, if you compare it side by side, you will feel that how it is WebLogic and in comparison with the WebSphere in terms of the overall management. Okay, and specifically from the learning perspective as well. Okay, if you go to learn from scratch this clustering setup in WebLogic and WebSphere. Okay, so here is a very straightforward. After installation of JDK and WebLogic, only one configuration wizard need to be run, okay, on node 1, and every configuration need to be done from the single wizard. And once that configuration is completed, you just need to pack this domain with the help of pack utility, and go copy this pack utility pack file, which is the form of jar file, to your node 2, and do it unpack, and then start the services. Your cluster is up and ready. In WebSphere, you have to create a separate profile for your DMGR admin console. Here admin console automatically come with your domain. Then you need to configure the custom profile or maybe application server profile for each and every node wherever you want to have your application server. Then you need to federate it with the help of add node.sh or add node.bat command with the DMZR. Once it is federated and you are sure that your all the custom profiles has been added, and then nodes are federated to a DMZR, then you create the cluster, then you create the servers, and then you start the server services. Okay, so overall WebLogic is bit easier, specifically if I talk about this use case. Okay, so I will post few more comparisons in the near future as well. Okay, where I specifically think that WebLogic is specifically in terms of the functionalities, or not functionalities, but overall you can say the administration perspectives. Okay, in comparison with the WebSphere and JBoss is bit easier. In terms of cost, I am not very sure what is the cost of that, what is the cost of licensing cost of WebLogic, what is the licensing cost of WebSphere, and what is the support cost that is taken by the Red Hat for giving the support for the JBoss, that I am not very sure as of now. But in terms of the overall administration, what I feel is WebLogic is bit easier.